Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to the click. You smell absolutely astounding today. And don't let anyone else lie to you and tell you otherwise. What is that? I hear something on the horizon. Oh my god, is that InsaneParents? Oh, you bet your sweet ass it's InsaneParents. Your ass smells really nice, by the way. Today we're gonna look at r/InsaneParents, which is a beautiful subreddit that perfectly encapsulates parents that probably shouldn't be parents. So just sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy, and feel your sweet buttocks grow. Enjoy. Mwah. Purely positive gains on this channel. I am 26 years old. I was partying with friends until 6 a.m. This is my dad's response. I am hanging out. I'll be on my way back home soon. Call me now. Why are you not calling me? I can't call right now. Why? Where is this party? I need for you to call me now, no matter where you are, to make sure that it's you texting me. Not that I'll think otherwise and involve the police. You're not responding to my text. I'll send this location to the police because you were gone from home a long time, which is not like you. I would love to hear what the police say in response to, yes, my 26-year-old daughter went to a party, and that's not like her. God forbid a girl has a social life. Please send SWAT to this location. And yes, she did answer my text, but she won't answer a phone call. But, dear Reddit commenter, you completely forgot the dad's reasoning for this, which is probably just poorly disguised controlling behavior, that maybe she was murdered, and the murderer is now using her phone to pretend to the dad that she is actually fine when she's indeed very murdered, and that's why he's gonna call the SWAT team on her location. The fact that he thinks it's more likely that someone stole her phone and is texting the entire family from it rather than his 26-year-old just being at someone's party is kind of a wild conclusion. But Click, don't you realize she's just a little 26-year-old minor? Huh? How could you miss that? Like, being concerned for your kids, even if they're not technically a child anymore, is all well and good, but this strikes me as something else. My mom, after I got my first tattoo. You don't have any idea how much you broke my heart today. Literally broke my heart. You stabbed it with a tattoo needle. You know how painful that is? It's not like you can go back to the hair salon and say, change my color. The ink is on you for years. It's just like you tattooed my heart through my skin. That's how I felt. You know what just struck me as I was reading this? I wonder if this parent would be in as much pain if something truly bad had happened, like, an accident or someone is hospitalized or something. Would that be as painful as your child having their first tattoo? Probably not. Let's keep reading, shall we? I took my daughter's first paycheck and put it towards the light bill, rent, and a little gas money because last I checked she lived here too. Oh, so your own child is your sugar daddy now. That's great. Now she wanna stomp around my house talking about, I'm not working just to pay your bills. But wait a second. If she's the one paying for it, isn't it technically under her roof then? If she's paying all the bills and utilities and stuff? If she's paying rent, she definitely has a say in how stuff is running. Okay, you lost the privilege of the my house, my rules when someone actually pays to live there. And threatening to either move out or quit her job. Girl, be serious. You mad at me for showing you how it is in the real world? Your parents demand you to be their sugar daddy? Welcome to adulthood, sweetheart. You don't get to blow checks at Sephora and Chick-fil-A when there's a house that needs to be taken care of. But go ahead and quit if you want to. You won't be living in my house for free. Now stomp that, honey. My daughter lives with me. She's 22. She's taking online classes. She doesn't have a job. She inherited a little money when my parents passed, and she is constantly trying to give me money for rent or bills. I won't accept a single dollar. I don't want her money. I want her to save it and or invest it. That's what parents do. Take care of their own children and try to make sure they are set up for their own lives. W parents. I think stuff like this can come in many different shapes or forms. Like, I know, for example, parents that have asked their kids to pay rent when they are adults and actively working. It's more of a symbolic rent most of the time, but just like, the adulting that comes with being an adult and that sort of stuff. But expecting your child, who's probably quite young, according to this first post, to just, pay all your bills and stuff, you're not really there as a parent. You just want, a free laborer to pay your stuff. And then they don't even have a say in how the household is being run that they are paying for. That isn't fair in the least. This is just crappy parenting. I finally confided in my mother about why I checked myself into the psych ward, and she sent this to my 15-year-old son. So I have to ask you, how do you feel about your mom feeling suicidal? Are you okay with that? Oh my god, so the grandma in this case is sending this to the kids of the mother. That is insane. Oh, here's a comment from OP about this post. No contact is now a done deal. She responded after I confronted her. I don't know how to edit and add a screenshot to this post, but this is what she said.
Cause he's a part of why you're struggling, and he does need to know.
Wait a second. So that is what the grandma is doing in this case. She's bypassing the mother and going directly to the grandkids, being like, you're the reason your mom is feeling like poo. Also like basically leaking sensitive stuff that the mom was confiding about, but also putting it on the kids that it's somehow their fault. I imagine that a reasonable grandparent would offer their help instead. Like, do you help babysitting or need any help with the household or something if it's time consuming with like appointments or whatever? That's what I imagine. Not like sitting far away as a third party, like, I don't know, guilt tripping your kids to make them feel like poo. How is this gonna help? In the least.
You're not giving him credit for being a responsible person capable of handling heavy topics.
I don't think that's up for you to decide, and it's not up for you to decide to leak this information to other people either.
You can't protect him from this. As you said, he has dealt with a whole lot growing up, and hiding the truth from him is not the right way to deal with it. Open, honest communication is best. It's hard, I know, but in the end, it's better than pretending that everything is okay.
So instead of like having this conversation with the parent in that case, if you really do believe honesty is the most important, you took it into your own hands and let the information come from someone else, and also like with a weird guilt trippy thing towards the kid. That's just awful. There is no way to spin this in a positive way. You're absolutely awful.
Talk to your son and make sure that you're honest about how you're feeling. Your mental health is just as important as his. He absolutely needs to know. He is not the only one struggling, and you are not being fair by keeping it from him.
You don't have to like dump everything on everyone all the time though. Like if it's something that is actively affecting your day-to-day or something, and you know, mom mysteriously disappears for a couple of days for appointments or whatever, then maybe it's good to have a conversation about it. But I also don't really believe that honesty is the same as like dumping everything you're struggling with on everyone in your family all the time. Like I've had that happen in my own family, for example, where I found out that something was difficult for someone when I was a little bit older and could actually understand what it truly was about, you know? That doesn't mean it's dishonest. That just means that you don't have to like, I don't know, trauma dump on your kids about every single thing that's happening. There is certainly like a healthy balance between the two.
If you're going to get through this, you're going to have to love each other enough to work together. Don't repeat my mistakes by thinking you know everything.
Oh my god! Exactly like you're doing right now. Holy shit, you're leaking people's sensitive like mental health information, guilt tripping your grandkids into thinking it's their fault, while acting like you know everything. You're just gonna take charge of a family that isn't yours. Oh my god, the irony, the absolute irony. Did you? Oh my god, man.
I was blind to a lot because I thought I knew what I was doing. Kids are smarter and tougher than you think.
What the f***? He's part of why you're struggling, so she wants to make him responsible for your mental health? Disgusting. I'm glad you made the decision to go no contact. Hold your kiddo close and take care of each other in the ways you can, for sure. But oh my god. Yeah, I think no contact is probably like a healthy option in this case. This is the most unhinged I have read in a while, and I read an obscene amount of unhinged shit on like a weekly basis. My mom, after I asked her to turn her music down at 10 p.m. Can you turn it down a bit, please?
I literally just turned it on.
Yeah, and it's extremely loud.
Whatever. Better now?
Doesn't sound like you turned it down at all.
There. Happy? I turned it off. Can't do a damn thing in my own house.
Did not ask you to turn it off, just down because it's late and I'm tired and don't feel good still.
If it's not loud, it's not music. My generation. I am sorry you don't feel well.
This is so fascinating, because unless I had the context in the header, I would have assumed it was the other way around. Like this is a teenager responding about like, oh my god, if I can't enjoy my music on high volume donka donka, it's not real music. But it's actually the mom in this case, which is hilarious, because she sounds like she's 14. Your mom sounds like a teenager. Oh my god, I wasn't the only one. Literally, I feel like I'm being punished by the universe for being an annoying teenager. You were annoying back when you were 14, so I turned your mom into a mental 14-year-old. Woo! Thanks, God. Fuck me, I guess. Abuelo is crashing out because my daughter knows the word transgender.
Oh no, they know a word? Oh, how could this have happened?
Did somebody introduce Blurb to the word or concept of transgender?
I did. I explained it in a kid-friendly way, because she saw someone who was visibly masculine dressed in a feminine way. Don't forget that I am a part of the LGBTQ community, and raising her to accept and understand people regardless of gender identity is how she is going to be raised.
Since she has been with me, she has never had a question about being a boy. She's only 4 years old.
Wait. Slow down there a second. No one is talking about the kid themselves being transgender. They had a question about a person they saw. In the same way I wouldn't imagine they had a question about like, oh, there are two dads holding hands. It's like, oh yeah, Timmy, sometimes two dads can love each other just like mommy loves daddy. And they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go play with mud now. That's usually their response, okay? You're kind of escalating this for no reason. Well, she trusted me enough to tell me her feelings. There is nothing inherently wrong or poisonous about the word or concept.
With all due respect, Blorp, we also to be honest with her and tell her she's born a girl, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's just her learning about the world and exploring the space of her identity and who she wants to be. I do not think she really thinks she is a boy. She just doesn't want to have babies. I mean, she's also 4. You know, when I was 4 years old, I wanted to be like an astronaut. And when I was like 7, I wanted to be a blacksmith. And then I became an engineer and then a YouTuber, okay? Like stuff about what you want to be can change a couple of times. Oh, I also wanted to be a police at some point when I was like 4. So there's that, you know? Our dreams and like our identity or like goals for the future perhaps aren't fully formed when you're 4 years old, and maybe it's not worth freaking out about. I explained it very clearly in the text message.
But you need to be careful about telling her that she can be whatever she wants to be.
I mean, what are you talking about? You can't be whatever you want to be? Is that what you're gonna tell her? That doesn't sound great.
She's only 4 years old. Please protect her innocence and let her grow up before you introduce naughtyality to her.
She can be whatever she wants to be. If she wants to be a boy, she would be accepted and allowed to explore that. Those are my values. There is nothing naughty about gender identity.
She's a biological female.
She's still innocent. She is still a child. She's still figuring out who she wants to be. No harm in it. This is the way Blorp and I am going to raise her, and if she decides she wants to be something else, she can. End of discussion. You do not get a say in who she wants to be. Like I very clearly said in my text, I don't think there is cause for alarm.
Do you want her to grow up to be a young woman someday?
I mean, this would be the same as seeing like a gay couple in the street and be like,
but now she's gonna think she's gay because she was introduced to the concept that 2 men or women can hold hands.
Really? You believe that? You believe it's no? That's not how any of this works, man. I want her to be confident in herself and accepted by her family no matter what she decides for herself. And that sounds incredibly healthy. That just sounds accepting, like, hey, you're gonna be loved unconditionally no matter which path in life you go on or who you turn out to be. That isn't like pushing someone or like the gay agenda or something like that that this person is trying to make it sound like. Oh my god. I don't care what she is as long as she is happy. The only reason I am scared for her to possibly have an alternate gender identity is because of people like you. You are what I am scared of, not her choices.
Don't her father, Blorp. This is an uncomfortable topic for me only because he's 4 years old and very innocent. So can we please not talk about this anymore?
I mean, she was just asking about someone on the street though, as far as I get it.
Let's just concentrate on dance class and having a good time. Please, I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is between you and Blorp.
Like I said, there is no cause for alarm right now. She's just learning about life and had questions, so I answered them in a child-friendly way. She doesn't know what adult stuff is. She doesn't know what naughtyality is. All she knows is some people dress differently and look differently, and it makes them happy. That is it. Yeah, that sounds like a perfectly child-friendly way to explain stuff like that. Like, yeah, sometimes people dress like this or that because it makes them happy, or that's how they want to express themselves. They're like, okay, time to go play in mud. You know, that's fine. That's like no adult topics whatsoever. That's perfectly okay.
Please don't talk about this anymore. I'm really very upset. I want to talk about it. Please stop.
All right.
Thank you.
But you started it, dear God.
My 31M daughter 4F recently had questions about a boy who looked like a girl, in quotation marks. So I bought her a book called I Am Jazz and explained trans people in a kid-friendly way. Recently my daughter told me, I think I'm a boy, and I want to be a boy because I don't want to have babies. So after a good discussion with her, I decided to give her other caregivers a heads up so they weren't blindsided because they're fairly conservative, and I didn't want it to be handled with anything other than, okay sweetie, let's go back to your Legos. After telling Dad, 70M, about the incident, he crashed out. I just wish that he was more accepting. Or just not crashing out about it would be very nice. Like, number one, even if the kid turns out to be trans, that is perfectly fine, and they should be loved for who they are. Number 2, a 4-year-old saying that I'm not interested in being a mom doesn't mean that they are trans either. Like, this is hardly cause for any kind of concern. And having a question why someone, I don't know, was wearing a dress on the street also isn't cause for concern. Like, all of this is so blown out of proportion, man. Your dad needs to take a chill pill. She also loves him. I don't want that relationship to fracture in any way at this young age. He is so sweet and loving with her. This is the first time he's encountered gender identity talks with the family. I am queer but also cis, and he's not handling it well. If I have to shell out for daycare to keep her safe, so be it. But by gods, wouldn't it be nice if kids could just be themselves without bigots messing it all up? I hope he comes around to it, because this just sounds like a wild crash out and he's been watching too much Fox News or something like that. Like, back when I was a kid, we used to have a game called, like, Mom, Dad, Kids, and sometimes there was a dog, right? And I remember on several occasions I was the mom in the game, because the other roles were taken, or it was the one that I took that one time, or like, whatever. That didn't mean I was a trans kid. I just took on, like, the mom role in a make-believe, like, householding game, you know? So, I don't know, man. This crash out is just absolutely wild one way or another. I think you should sit down with him and talk about it, and don't trust everything you hear on Fox News, because it's basically just essentially rage baiting and fear mongering, okay? Stop, please, stop. This is making me upset, the one who brought it up and badgered about it in the first place.
Melania, 6925, 8 pounds, hashtag future first lady, hashtag Trump baby, hashtag MAGA. Oh my god, man, no, what the hell? The way hardcore Trump supporters act is borderline fetish level. Borderline? Can you imagine that? When you're like a little bit older and your parents bring out ye olden picture book to show like cute baby pictures and shit to like the girlfriend you brought home or something? And your entire baby picture catalog is based on some fucking politician from 20 years ago? What the fuck? The email my dad sent with his rules for living with him. House rules for Heather. First and foremost, I am Christian. If you can't handle that, you don't belong with me. No new animals or pets. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. I don't want any more animals in my home. I mean, that is fair, I suppose. Handling like pets from people living with you can be sort of difficult. Not everyone has the space or the availability for that. And no smoking, period. No vaping of any kind inside the house. I mean, that's also fair. I don't like people smoking in my house. That should be pretty fine. It can stick to like textiles and walls and everything. No drugs, no lying, no stealing. Okay, those also seem like fine. No talking about your gay lifestyle or sex life. I don't want to hear it. I don't talk about my sex life. Okay, but this also feels like that kind of rule you're gonna bend in weird ways. It's gonna be like, oh, I met a nice potential partner. Oh, no gay shit. No gay shit in this house. Like, of course you don't want people walking around your house talking about how they railed someone last night, but like, this feels like the kind of rule that's gonna be like a little bit bent, you know? No talking about your politics, I don't want to hear it. It would only lead to arguments. As a Christian, I believe abortion is murder. If you don't agree, keep it to yourself. I mean, at the very least, they're sort of like agreeing to disagree. But on the other hand, I think I would struggle to have a good relationship with someone like that, because it means that they wouldn't really be in your corner if you were going through something or had complications with a pregnancy, or you were trying for a baby with your partner, like whatever, you know, that's shady territory, man. No arguing or raising your voice to me or Michael. We live together peacefully and with each other's interests at heart. We actually care about each other. You expected to do the same. I will not tolerate a slob. You must keep your room and bathroom clean to my standards. I expect you to always clean up after yourself around the house right away. No, I will do that later. I will not tolerate laziness. I will not be made to feel uncomfortable in my own home. I will not tolerate laziness. That also sounds like a rule that's going to be incredibly overbearing. That sounds like the kind of rule where it's like, even if you have all your stuff figured out and everything in order, they're still going to be upset if you like decide to sleep in on a Saturday. Like, some of these rules are perfectly fine. Like, those don't smoke indoors in my house. That's perfectly reasonable. But other rules, I just feel them like getting pushed completely out of proportion. Like, having a list like this in the first place is a little bit unhinged. You must ask me permission before bringing anyone to my house and get my approval first. You will never say anything negative about Mom. She was the love of my life. If you do, I will immediately throw you out, never to return. Oh, this feels like it's some unpacked context right there.
You will be given chores and they must be done, and not just when you feel like it. So you have to drop everything you're doing to do the chores they decide has to be done right now. That also sounds like a pretty bad dynamic. You will take a shower every day and wash your hair. I don't want a smelly person around me. The same goes for Mike. Okay, shower every day. Perfectly fine. Wash your hair every day. Not very good for your hair. Are they telling you how you should take care of your hair? You will always be kind to my pets. Okay, treat animals nicely. That I can agree with. I am not your emergency fund or your piggy bank. I will not be giving you any money as far as food goes. If you didn't buy it, don't eat it. You will find a full-time job or several part-time jobs. You'll be given chores to do. If I want to go on a trip, you'll take care of the animals and your chores while I am gone. So you're also like a free babysitter for the animals. Then it's very convenient that you live with them because, pets are usually like a bit of a thing that ties you down. But now because you're there, and you have to do all the chores and stuff on a moment's notice, and you're not allowed to have plans if they want to travel, for example, because you have to watch the pets. This just sounds like a live-in maid at this point. If you're here more than a year, you have to pay your portion of all utilities and possibly rent. It is a gift that I'm allowing you to live with me and Michael.
Is it really worth it though? After all this shit, man?
I did my part and I raised you. I'm 60 years old, and if I'm lucky I have 20 years left to live, I will not waste those years with negativity.
You talk about negativity as you ride a wrist like this, which just reeks of bitterness.
There's a lot of irony in these posts today. I kind of like that. You are not a tenant here. I don't have to evict you. You are a guest. So be a happy, productive member of our family, and I will be glad to have you back. I mean, yeah, you'll basically have a live-in maid that takes care of all your pets, does chores on a moment's notice, not allowed to talk back, etc., etc. Yeah, that would definitely make it easier for you, I suppose. I wouldn't live with this person. Thank God I don't live with her. Brother.
Ah, yes you do. I actually already picked out a career for you. That no college requirement.
Yeah, you didn't go to college for English at least.
50,000 sign-on bonus, 60,000 student money if you go to college later, and all benefits sound good? You work near home. No, not military. You can be at home.
What is it? Yeah, this sounds like one of those online schemes. Like,
Do you want to make $500 an hour at home?
If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
ICE! Holy shit. I did not see that one coming.
You get to chase illegals around. Yay.
Holy f***, man.
But seriously, they have reduced the age requirement to 18. No college degree needed, and they have a tech side they need people for, which I think you'll be great at because you're just not built for tackling grown men, baby. Sorry, lol. They need tech guys like you because they have to figure out where these targets, bad people, are, so you'll be working on the computer and you can make ads for IC.
When they talk about, like, getting jobs through your parents, back in the olden days, it was like, ooh, your dad is, like, a decent position at a company. So you can find an internship and kind of fast-track your way there like a little nepo baby, That's all fun and good. Nowadays, it's like, ooh, you want to get job referrals by your parents? Have you tried hunting immigrants? The job market is in a great state. Had to get testing done today for cervical cancer. This is the compassion I get in return from my mother. Only took one sample from the colonoscopy that she said she isn't expecting to come back as anything. Should have biopsy results in a week, so fingers crossed. She did say I need to avoid secondhand smoke exposure since it's just as bad as if I smoked in terms of causing cancer.
I don't need text that will create more stress for me today.
Ooh, is this the same parent that got so upset about getting a tattoo?
Hey there, I might have cancer. Oh, that is stressful. To me, how can you put this stress on me? You might have cancer or whatever, but me? What about me?
My narcissistic mother's response to my elopement versus my father's response.
I knew it. Does your dad know?
No.
Okay, I would be really hurt if he knew before me.
Man, how to turn something positive into something negative about picking sides over arguments that don't exist. Text to father, picture of rings. Congratulations! All of my love. If you would like to have a gathering of friends like a wedding reception or go on a honeymoon somewhere, let me know and I would be happy to give it to you as a wedding gift.
If you decide to have kids, tell dad first.
Let the kids tell mom when they turn 18. Both of those sounds perfectly valid. Jesus Christ, that mother is such an energy drain. What an exhausting person to deal with.
If you homeschool your kids, they won't fit in with society.
That's the point. Oh, this totally happened IRL. That is why I made a shitty AI comic about it instead of, I don't know, posting the actual thing. That's how you know it happened.
I also like how you can't tell if it's a hill or if the kid is growing like a second brain. Maybe they're growing a second brain because of like the quality of the homeschooling. Ooh. I am 29 and have my own house. Mum, I'll come Thursday. X.
Okay, no playing on your PS5 all week. XX.
You can't say that. I am 29? X?
I can, or your things will be on my front lawn. You shouldn't even have it. It's a Christmas present. XX.
Ah, the classic. "'Tis was a gift, so I can take it off of you at any time I want." Just grasping at what little power they have left. Yeah, that's not how gifts work. You transfer ownership. That's the meaning of a gift. And also, they're 29 in their own house. Are you gonna try to control their video game hours? Maybe let your adult child actually just be an adult. How about that?
But Click, don't you realize they're a little 29-year-old minor?
They are in their 50s. Mother.
Ah.
He loves it. And here are some text messages that is coming from the dad, but using the mother's phone.
You need to come get Mom. She's being a drunk bitch. She's freaking out on everyone, calling everyone fat.
You guys have to figure that stuff out on your own. I'm not responsible for anyone else. I am convinced that some people just stagnate emotionally when they're like 12. It's absolutely astounding.
I have a 1.5-year-old son. I'm a 30-plus-year-old stay-at-home mom. Okay, so they're like a fully fledged adult. They don't even live in the same house anymore, and they have a family of their own. And their parents are texting them like this. They called me shortly after this, demanding I do something. I told them they were out of their minds if they want me to bring a violent drunk around my son. They have been doing this for years. I had to drop out of college to take care of my sisters because of them. I have went no contact before and wanted to give them a chance to be around their grandson. But no, I am done. Yeah, they don't sound like they would be that big of an asset as grandparents. I'm just gonna be honest. I think your life is gonna be easier without them. Some people are just a drain, man. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Here is another conversation from my mom. Sparkles.
I need your damn social security number.
Why?
Just send me the number.
Why?
Dude.
Like I have said before, it's my social security number. Just call me, as I am not keeping it in a text. This one is more on the weird side, from about 2 months ago. She won't tell you why. That is really sketch. A parent has zero legitimate reason for needing their adult child's social security. Mom is looking to get a loan or credit card in OP's name, simple as that. Or claim them on tax forms, which can also mess up OP's finances. Don't hand over that number, OP, under no circumstance. My mother needed mine to set up her life insurance policy, but I bet your mom explained why she needed it. Yeah, I said that in another reply. OP's mom is definitely in the wrong. I was just pointing out why a parent might need a social security number. Yeah, but then they would also be like way more transparent. It's always like when people won't tell you the reason for something, that's when you know it's kind of getting shady. You know, unless it's like a surprise party or something, then it might be different. But I also don't think you need social security numbers for surprise parties. My parents took my door off the hinges after an argument.
We are going to concert. The door to your room is off the hinges. Whatever you do, do it quietly. Take the laundry down in hangers. Everybody's going to be nice. Understand?
Why is my door off the hinges?
Live with it a couple of days, understand?
No, I don't. Why is my door off the hinges?
Because it's not your door.
Oh, Parents of the Year. Fine, let me correct myself. Why is the door off the hinges?
I repeat, everyone is going to be nice. And happy.
Oh, happy too. They forgot an O. Okay, nice. Everyone is going to be so happy and nice, but not have any privacy, and will remove the door to your room if we don't like what you say, because our house, our rules, or whatever. Our house, our rules usually means stuff like, I don't know, clean up after yourself, and don't leave dishes around the house, you know? Our house, our rules isn't really applicable when it's like, you're not entitled to privacy as a teenager. That's not what it's supposed to mean. I don't care if you're in pain. I want grandkids. Just so you're aware, I will be getting surgery to remove my uterus tomorrow. I have been seeing doctors over the past year for extremely painful fibroids and decided that getting a hysterectomy is the best option if I don't want to be in decades worth of debilitating pain or undergo continuous surgeries for removal.
I love you. I'm so sorry you've been going through this. You didn't tell me. It's very drastic. Debilitating pain? We could have stopped that if you would have come to me. We could have stopped all of this.
Could you? How? Is she on like some essential oil shit?
If you are second guessing this, please. No eggs? Do you realize those will be the most amazing kiddos on the planet? Holy cow, your eggs! I am sad that we won't have another beautiful, brilliant, brown-eyed girl. Please save them. I will pay. The eggs!
Ah, the eggs! Do you still have time to do it? I want those eggs! The eggs! I will pay to save them. Save those eggs! I don't know why I turned Italian, but save the eggs!
This is a very strange tangent. Like, I imagine if your adult child wanted to save eggs, they would have done it. Am I overreacting? My mom called me and didn't realize she was on voicemail. Ooh, missed call, voicemail, 1.5 minutes.
Hi, I'm just calling to see if you blah blah blah.
Next time you guys talk poo, make sure you're not on voicemail. Don't ever call my phone again. Don't ever message me again. Backstory. I don't have a working vehicle right now, so my mom and her friends have been picking me up for work. I pay them $60 to $70 every 2 weeks, and they run me back and forth. I mean, that sounds more than fair though, especially if they agreed to it, because then you're paying them for their trouble and also paying for any potential gas or mileage usage. This sounds like more than fair if everyone is in on it. She spent the entire voicemail in the car with the 2 friends talking bad about me, calling me slow, saying I need to figure my life out, basically calling me a burden. Ooh, that is fun. Her friend Donna was also in the background reiterating her, saying that I am 20 now and I should have my life figured out and stop depending on them for help. I mean, I guess it is helpful, or whatever, but why would you agree to drive a 20-year-old to work and also get compensated for it, mind you, if it's such a big hassle and you talk poo about them in private? Come on, if it's that much of a hassle and you think it's the worst thing ever, just say no. I told my mom that I would start walking back and forth to work and please not contact me again. It makes me sad because it's my mom, but I don't know what else to do. Do you think I'm overreacting or not? No, I don't think so. I think this would be incredibly hurtful to anyone. You're not overreacting. You just caught your mom talking smack about you to her friends for, I don't know, getting a ride to work. I mean, you do have a job, you're managing your stuff, you're even compensating people for driving you places, and you're only 20 years old. Like, in this economy, is she expecting you to have, like, your own house, your own car, your own everything? Like, you've had time after high school to work for, like, what, a year? You know? It seems perfectly responsible. What are they yapping about? I would also be pretty upset, especially since they agreed to this, are being compensated for it. Maybe not as much as they were like actual taxi drivers or whatever, but they are getting compensated for it. And then they talk smack about you, even though they agreed to this setup. Yeah, I would also be upset if I heard this. I don't think you're overreacting. Well, lotties, losses and losses, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here, you wonderful, beautiful beings. And I will see you again in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.